After 2 days of acclimatization hikes, we needed a rest. So the next day, we have visited the amazing rocks of Los Gigantes, using one of our options for which we had the necessary permit for Teide. This left us with a single chance to reach above 3,500 meters in a 2-hour interval. (6:42), we are getting into the car soon. And the good news is that during the night I got a herpes on my mouth, which will make the ascent really pleasant. I have avoided booking our accommodation to the ocean side to gain a few hundred meters in our acclimatization. 8:14, we are definitely not feeling hot, only 4 degrees. While driving, we have seen no one, but this parking lot is full. According to the sign, we have 5.5 hours to La Rambleta, which is above 3,500 meters, where we have to show our permits for the peak. My main problem is that I have really strong heartburn, but I don't want to take any medication yet, because I fear that my digestion will be slow anyway because of the altitude. Even after 2 days of acclimatization, we can feel the altitude here after getting out of the car suddenly above 2,400 meters. We have to get up there. There's a pleasant wind of about 25 kilometers per hour and the wind chill just above 0. So we are not feeling hot, it's perfect in wind jacket and wind pants. After an hour and 50 minutes, we can see the end of this car road. (4.6 kilometers up until now, and we are around 2,750 meters of altitude. Here is the beginning of a long and steep ascent, which, if I remember correctly from what I have read, is the most difficult portion of the whole trail. That is Montaña Blanca, which is also a good destination for an acclimatization hike. I would say it takes a little more than 2 hours to get there in case we are not acclimatized. There's a pleasant silence around, you can only hear the wind and my mouth. After 2.5 hours, we have reached relatively comfortably on this trail 3,000 meters. In the wind jacket it's quite comfortable now, but the day before yesterday it was really hot on our hike to Pico Viejo. We are above 3,100 meters and the hut should be closed now. I can feel my digestion having a hard time and also the first headaches started to appear. After 3 hours and 45 minutes we are reaching Refugio Alta Vista. We are at around 3,250 meters. The last 45 minutes were quite difficult, and now I have high hopes to find a toilet in there to take care of some high altitude diarrhea. I'm very angry right now because the toilet was closed. And the business is getting more and more urgent. (3,436 meters) and it's almost 1 o'clock, where the interval for which we have the permit begins. My leg muscles are burning as well because they are not getting enough oxygen. There's the bus. We got here in exactly 5 hours and it's full of occasional tourists. And we have to get up there, but luckily we are in time. We have shown our permits and left the crowds behind. And clearly there are just a few of us on this trail. We needed 5 hours and 50 minutes to La Rambleta from the beginning, and I happily inform you that they have toilets here, open. Edith is either in great shape or just wants to get over with it already. We will soon reach 3,700 meters. We left the gate a half an hour ago. We are getting close and there's strong sulfur smell. Edith is up there and the volcano is smoking. We have reached the peak in 6 hours and 20 minutes, about 40 minutes from the gate. Some persons without a permit took the off-road. Nice, pleasant, sunny weather, 7-8 degrees. We have stayed 25 minutes on the peak and are leaving now. Hello! Everything for love. Sulfur is coming into my face, but Edith asked me to film here. This is a new experience for me. This smell and this green crater with smoke coming out of it. So I'm glad we made it. Edith said that at one point we crossed the Golgotha, but I told her that it's part of the experience. Surprisingly, on this high altitude trail we have seen quite a lot of small lizards. And soon we'll walk on that trail down there to check out the place of our past misery, Pico Viejo. I have Pico Viejo behind me. We have reached this viewpoint after walking 15 to 20 minutes. We got used to the altitude, we are not panting so much. Useful information: after a certain time, people are turned back from this viewpoint, I guess in order not to miss the last cable car. But because we are hiking the way down as well, we could pass. The local time is 5 o'clock, so we have about 2.5 hours in daylight. So we should reach the car road easily. We are leaving. We got back to the hut in about 45 minutes. We are at 3,260 meters, so we have to descend 500 more until the car road and 300 more to the car. This portion is the one called by us Golgotha. On the way down it's not that hard, but on the way up it's a killer. In the beginning you have a great momentum, but slowly you are starting to feel the altitude. And in the end you are struggling really hard. And there in the distance we can see another island above the clouds. It's interesting that we can see the shadow of the peak, but the peak itself is not visible. We made it. I just can't get enough of these lights. That one is La Guajara. Those rocks are a little bit below 3,000 meters. It's not short on the way down either. And we still have a lot to go, but it was worth it. I've never seen something like this. We have left 2 hours ago, but it felt like an eternity on the way down as well. This is the longest 500-meter altitude difference that I have traversed in my whole life, for sure. Incredible. That's how we look after an 11-hour and 55-minute hike on Teide. We have arrived to the car at 8 and 15 minutes, so it took us an hour and 15 minutes on the car road. And we didn't need our headlamps, because the stars have shined our way. It wasn't long, but it wasn't short. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy. In our opinion, Pico Viejo is more difficult from most points of view, but it's not this long. Actually, we didn't climb that one, so maybe it would have been as long as this one.